Somewhere in the southern Amazon, a microphone strapped to a tree picked up a sound. Nothing unusual, just wind, insects, rustling branches, until something didn't fit. A single shriek, short and nasal. It didn't match any known bird in the region. The human reviewing the audio flagged it as noise. The AI didn't. This model, trained on over 6,000 bird calls by researchers at the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, caught a pattern. The spectrogram didn't match any current species, but it resembled something from decades ago. A sound once recorded in 1999 and never heard again. The voice of a parrot once thought to have vanished with the trees it depended on. The bald parrot. That sound came back in 2022, and it wasn't alone. Over the next 3 months, the AI detected the same call 11 times in remote, degraded patches of forest. The locations weren't in any protected area. They weren't even thought to be ecologically active. So the question wasn't, what is this sound? The question was, how did it survive without us knowing? In conservation, most AI tools are trained to find matches. Known animals, known calls, confirmed locations. But this algorithm was built to find exceptions. The Cornell Lab of Ornithology's team paired it with spectrogram anomaly detection, searching for audio outliers with matching tonal shape and pitch structure, even if corrupted or incomplete. The bald parrot, Pionopsita aurantiosephala, hadn't been recorded in over 20 years. It wasn't just rare, it had effectively vanished from all scientific records. So when the call showed up again, in distorted fragments, it didn't just suggest a rediscovery, it suggested a resistance to extinction. But there was a second problem. The area was surrounded by logging trails. Could the AI be wrong? To check, researchers contacted a local NGO, Amigos da Vida Selvagem, who deployed custom drones fitted with canopy detection algorithms. These drones weren't searching with human eyes. They were scanning for shape, color, and motion signatures aligned with the parrot's plumage and movement. Days passed. Then came a flicker. Green body, orange throat, bare yellow head. Captured in a blurred still at 80 feet. It wasn't proof, but it was possible. And possibility in the Amazon doesn't last long. The footage wasn't clear, but it was enough to send a team in quietly. No journalists, no press, just field biologists, sound equipment, and encrypted GPS. They set up audio recorders, passive cameras, and tree-mounted infrared drones. They waited. Nothing happened for 10 days. Then just after sunrise, one motion camera caught a brief perch. A bird, not facing the lens, but still. You could just make out the featherless head. Then it vanished again. Frame by frame, they enhanced the footage. What they found matched the species sketch from 1920. Not perfectly, but unmistakably. The bald parrot had not gone extinct. It had gone silent, hidden. And what came next revealed how it had stayed hidden for so long. The AI mapped its movements. It never nested near cleared paths. It avoided areas with chainsaw frequencies. It shifted its foraging times, early morning and post-dusk, when human activity was lowest. This wasn't just survival, it was adaptation under threat. At this point, the scientific team had a choice: go public or stay silent. Releasing coordinates could draw attention, funding, tourism, protection, but it could also draw something else: buyers, smugglers, pet traders. Some parrots fetched thousands on the black market, so the decision was made. Only general region data would be shared. The AI tracking system was isolated, geo-fenced and encrypted. No local storage, no satellite syncing. The rediscovery was published, but carefully. And yet, even the cautious celebration brought new tension. Because if one species thought extinct could be living undetected in a damaged patch of forest, how many others are we missing? The AI's false negative rate dropped significantly after this find. It had learned from the bald parrot. New anomalies appeared across other data sets, some matching unverified bird calls in Bolivia, Peru, and French Guiana. Not confirmed, but not impossible. In the months that followed, researchers installed non-invasive monitoring stations in 6 nearby locations. They were silent, solar-powered, constantly listening, and they found something no one expected. The parrot wasn't alone. Multiple overlapping calls, different frequencies, tones, timings, suggested a small population. Not a single survivor, but a scattered community. The AI picked up patterns. Feeding cycles aligned with rare fruiting trees, avoidance behaviors sharpened after each human noise spike. It had learned from us. But had we learned from it? The rediscovery had the ripple effect on conservation circles, not because a bird was found, but because it never asked to be lost. Every sound it made was recorded, ignored, buried in data. Only now, with machines trained to hear what we don't expect, we are finally catching up. This wasn't a triumph of AI, it was a failure of attention, and a rare, quiet second chance. Today, the bald parrot remains unlisted on many maps. There's no zoo breeding program, no press tours, and that's on purpose, because its best protection might be our ignorance. The AI is still listening, across Brazil, Ecuador, and Colombia, flagging every audio shadow, every missed note. It's found patterns linked to previously undocumented species, insects, amphibians, bats. Each new pattern is stored in a protected digital vault known as a biocrypt, an encrypted memory of the rainforest's forgotten rhythms. And this raises a final, haunting question. How much of the Amazon have we already recorded, but not understood? Because extinction isn't always the end of a species. Sometimes it's just the end of our ability to recognize it. In a world where data is easy to lose, the rainforest isn't vanishing. It's being misheard. This isn't a story about technology saving nature. It's a story about nature waiting long enough for us to build something that could finally listen. And what it's whispering is only the beginning. Thanks for watching. This video is not AI generated, though the voice I use is AI. I should have mentioned this at the start, but anyways, please like, share, and subscribe. Your likes helps against completely AI-made videos. So I am looking forward to you likes and subs. Nothing against AI-generated videos, but they often mismatch, and a minor fault breaks the entire flow of video editing. Thank you again for watching thus far. See you again in the next Amazon adventure.